Good evening. In the news for tonight. His Royal Highness the Crown Prince orders the refurbishment of the Jenin Comprehensive Healthcare Center after it was shut down last year for maintenance. Prime Minister Jafar Hassan visits 7 industrial, health, educational and social facilities in Al-Muwaggar and Sahab districts as part of his periodic field inspection tours. And Foreign Minister Ayman Al-Safadi meets in Doha with his Qatari counterpart ahead of a meeting with the U.S. Special Envoy to the Middle East. Those are the headlines, and now for the news in detail. His Royal Highness Crown Prince Al Hussein, during a visit to Jenin, ordered the refurbishment of the Jenin Comprehensive Healthcare Center after it was shut down last year for maintenance. During a meeting held at Al Qadisiyah Primary Healthcare Center and attended by Health Minister Firas Al Hawari, His Royal Highness was briefed on healthcare services in Jenin. The Crown Prince urged employing more medical and administrative staff at healthcare centers to which patients of the Jenin Healthcare Center have been transferred. His Royal Highness also inaugurated the new Jenin Government Services Center, which provides citizens with access to 124 services for 26 public agencies in one convenient location. His Royal Highness's visit to Jenin included a tour of the Jenin Excellence Center for Advanced Digital Skills at the Jirasa Excellence Center for Culinary Arts, both affiliated with the Jenin Vocational Training Institute. Prime Minister Jafar Hassan visited 7 industrial, healthcare, educational and social facilities in the Al-Muwaggar and Sahab districts as part of his periodic field inspection tours. During his visit to 3 factories in Al-Muwaggar and Sahab, the Prime Minister emphasized the government's support for the private sector and the provision of necessary facilities and incentives to expand such successful investments in the governorates, particularly in the industrial cities established in southern Jordan. Hassan also inspected the Queen Rania Al Abdullah Center for Information Technology and Community Service in Al-Muwaggar, where he reviewed the programs and projects offered by the center to train and empower women, educate children, and implement social awareness programs. The Prime Minister also checked on the East Amman Department of Land and Survey, a secondary school for boys and health centers in Al-Muwaggar. Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Foreign and Expatriate Affairs Ayman Al-Safadi met in Doha with Qatari Prime Minister and Ministers of Foreign Affairs Sheikh Mohammed bin Abdulrahman Al Thani. This came ahead of a meeting of the foreign ministers of Jordan, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Egypt, United Arab Emirates Minister of State at the Foreign Ministry, and the Secretary General of the Executive Committee of the Palestine Liberation Organization, the U.S. Special Envoy to the Middle East, Steve Witkoff. In the Gaza Strip, Israeli occupation forces continued their violations of the ceasefire agreement, where Israeli shelling on the devastated enclave have killed 10 civilians in the past 24 hours. This came as Israel's total blockade of the Strip is on the 11th day, with no food, fuel, or medicine allowed to cross into the territory. Meanwhile, in Tel Aviv, former detainees released by Hamas participated in a demonstration in front of the Israeli Ministry of Defense, demanding Netanyahu's government to work on releasing all Israeli detainees at once and not to resume the war. The Israeli assault on Jenin and its refugee camp in the occupied West Bank has entered its 51st day, killing at least 34 Palestinians and wounding dozens others, while Israeli forces continued their destruction of infrastructure in the town of Qabatia, south of Jenin. A statement by the Qabatia Municipal Council said Israeli bulldozers razed streets in the town, including Jerusalem Square, and destroyed the main water pipeline supplying the area. Israeli occupation forces in January launched a major operation involving thousands of soldiers in cities and refugee camps in the northern West Bank, killing dozens and displacing tens of thousands of Palestinians. That's the end of our news for tonight. Thank you for watching.